Yeah. What up? What up? What up? And guess what? It's me, Dyer. And welcome to another week of Journey of a Jackass. I am your host with the most. They don't give a fuck about nothing. And here we are, man, literally sitting here in the lobby of the most prestigious building. I know I'm missing April this week. I love April, but she had to work this weekend, right? But I did bring Mike, white boy Mike. Yes, indeed. So we are for sure about to get it in tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like on some nice, humble, realistic bullshit. Like we're going to get it in. All right? So first and foremost, this is Mike. Introduce yourself, Mike. White boy Mike. White boy Mike. White boy Mike. White boy Mike.
Hi, I'm Mike. If you couldn't tell, I'm shockingly Caucasian. And I just moved into this building 2 weeks ago, and Daya is my neighbor and apparent new best friend.
Got the love.
For no choice of my own, but I'm happy with it.
He got forced into the situation.
I'll survive.
Yeah. So, man, look. So, we did have election day. We did have all this BS going on with politics and overseas. We briefly discussed this last night, right? So, you told me when I said, fuck these other countries, give us the money. Mm-hmm. But you said that you want to be in a space where, well, you want to communicate that
it's worth the investment.
It's worth the investment, right?
Yeah.
Now, I need to know how. Fuck that. I need to know how. White boy Mike, give me the game.
So how far back do you want me to go?
Man, go back as far as you want to go.
So let's go back to World War II.
Yep.
So after World War II, before World War II, the entire world worked off of sort of a mercantile system, but it was mostly empires and colonies. And it had been that way.
So you
water navigation.
You was mad at Hitler for killing the Jews?
Well, no. So we're going after.
Yeah.
Well, yes, of course, but that's not where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
So normally, what would happen is if you were an empire, you had all the resources you needed.
Yeah.
Mostly, and whatever you didn't have, you took from a colony. And if you were in a colony, you were just getting the short end of the stick. You were just getting bent over, and they were taking everything and giving you nothing.
Yeah. Well, that's what we live at now.
No.
That's what we live at now.
So what happened is now we have something called globalization. So what would happen?
Mike, what is the difference between globalization, right, and what you're describing?
And colonization?
Yeah, colonization. Literally, we're sitting here working for crumbs.
Well, that is the lack of the growing purchasing power of the middle class, and that can be attributed to poor tax policy of the past.
They want to destroy the middle class, Mike.
Yes, they do.
The war is on the middle class. So let's have this conversation, baby.
Well, do you want me to start where we started, or
no.
So you have a system where it is exploitation, like just outright exploitation, where empires will take from colonies and they will fight other empires to keep them away from their stuff.
Yeah.
Now, World War II happens, and everyone is devastated other than the United States. And everybody.
But we got hit.
Well, yeah, but we got a sucker punch.
Yeah, got a sucker punch.
Everyone else got run over with a fucking steamroller.
Have you seen The Man in the High Castle?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I love that show.
It was a good alternate.
Good, yes. Like if the Germans had won,
yeah,
and the Korean, the Japanese had won.
Yeah. So what happened is there was, if I'm remembering this correctly, the Bretton Woods Summit, where all the countries of Europe gathered around, and everyone was getting ready for America to just become this imperialist empire because we won, we were the last one standing, and we're still on war footing. We had fleets everywhere, armies everywhere. We could have taken over the world. But instead, we're like, you know what? We're going to try something different. And we invented globalization. So instead of colonies getting exploited because they have rubber or they have coal, but they don't have everything else.
In Congo, they had that. Congo, right?
That is specifically one of the worst. The Dutch will never let that one.
King Leopold was the worst person ever in life.
I don't think worst, but he's definitely in the top 10. He's up there.
Top three. King Leopold, Mike.
Mao Zedong, Hitler, Pol Pot.
Pol Pot is up there.
That's what I'm saying.
Pol Pot is up there. But King Leopold, people don't know about King Leopold.
I do.
Well, I do too. They ain't too smart motherfucking people.
I've been accused of being a lot of things, but I'll take it. Anyway, so all the European leaders are there getting ready to bend over the table because they know America's about to give them that big one.
Yeah.
And then we're just like, you know what, we're going to do something different. Like, we will patrol the world's oceans. We will stop piracy. We will ensure that any country can trade any good anywhere with anyone. And what that did allowed all of these other countries that, like, so the Congo had rubber, but it didn't have coal or oil.
Yeah. It was on a specific way into the Congo.
So they could take their rubber and trade for food and steel and coal and grow.
Yeah.
And basically the entire world got to do that all at once.
Ah.
And then everyone started to grow and get better. And that's the system that we have now that's starting to fall apart. But it is in our vested interest. So to round it back out to what you were saying about why we're in other countries.
Yeah.
There is a bit of, so the United States military, for all of its faults, doctrinally tries to operate from a moral high ground. But we
ain't shit.
We as Americans, we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
We as Americans, we try. We don't do it great, and we had a lot of trouble in South America and Iran.
Yeah.
Nation building.
Yeah.
But we try to do the moral thing. On the other side, we don't do anything unless it's in our best interests.
So what? Like right now, if you know your people. Like, okay, so we're talking about geopolitics. We're talking about all this stuff, right? So if you know your people are pissed off at you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know your people are pissed off. Why are we not doing things to protect our people?
Because an angry populace votes.
Fuck that. Mike, fuck that.
Why do you think we haven't fixed the border in 30 years?
I don't give a fuck about none of that.
No,
I give a fuck about what's going on. Gas prices too high.
You want to know why things don't get fixed? Because people get elected off of
it. Yeah. That's bullshit. I already hate you for this. I know this conversation about to be good. And we're just getting started. Journey of a jackass. You know what I'm. But man, that's crazy.
Do you want to know why the middle class has been getting fucked over for the past 40 years?
50 years. Because it started once, and it's going to sound crazy, it started once us as black folks got incorporated. Once we got incorporated, they was like, well, motherfucker, we ain't giving everybody something. They was like, nah, we got to stop fucking these bitches over. Huh?
Incorporated or enfranchised?
Enfranchised.
Like vote and everything?
Yes. If you think about it, and like I love you, the white man, but integration was the worst thing that happened to black folks. And I say this all the time because we lost our independence at that point.
Well, what really happened is after the Civil War, you were enfranchised and you were given independence. And then there was an incredibly concerted effort out of the South to disenfranchise and roll back everything.
Yeah.
To put in more segregation And that is what the 60s wasn't a civil rights movement. It was a civil rights rejuvenation.
Well,
the civil rights were there. They had just been paved over by racist motherfuckers out of.
Yeah. With the 70s is the decade that broke us.
How do you mean?
Okay, so in the 70s, right, they started moving all the jobs out of the inner city, right? Mm-hmm. That's when they started putting welfare, they started putting Section 8, all that stuff. That shit started in the 70s. Mm-hmm. That's when they started to break us. You hear me?
I mean, not having experienced that and not being part of that community, I can only sort of tangentially look at it.
Yeah.
Tinfoil hat going on. I can say that there's cause to believe, like you can see how that someone would say, let's give them just enough to survive, but not enough to thrive.
Facts. Yeah, and like you summed it up. You just summed it up. Oh, look, you just summed it up. Oh, look, hey.
As a drug dealer would say, the first one's free.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I've always heard the tale that the CIA was pumping drugs into the inner cities to destroy the black community. Now, the CIA was involved with drug smuggling too.
I was a dope dealer, so I wouldn't get the dope nowhere.
But that I also hear that in the same breath as I hear that the government invented AIDS to destroy black people.
Dr. Fauci did.
Don't make me slap you.
Dr. Fauci.
Don't make me slap you.
Dr. Fauci sat down with the people in the NIH.
You would work for the NIH.
Yeah, motherfuckers made AIDS. And they tried to blame it on some monkeys.
They made Ebola too, didn't they?
Yeah. Man, listen, joining up a jackass. I don't even know if this shit, the volume sounds good. I don't give a fuck. We're in here.
One of the cameras will sound nice.
Yeah. Oh, that one ain't even recording.
What?
Yeah, oh, no, it's not.
Turn it on.
Shit, I need to.
Turn it on.
I know. The fuck am I doing?
Get up.
I know. Fuck.
Use your legs.
Yeah. Shit. Hold on. What the fuck are we doing? Hold on. See, white man is still in here trying to control shit. I'm so tired of this shit. All right, hold on. Boom. There you go. See? Yes, Master. Can I sit back down? Master, can I sit back down?
Give me a cup of ice. So what were we talking about? We've gone on a tangent. I think we started with why we give money to other countries.
And fuck the other countries.
Okay, let's take a step back from what's going on in Gaza and Israel, because that is hours of conversation.
Fuck them. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to sum it up for you. Fuck them.
Why? Okay, so why should we care about Ukraine?
Because I don't give a fuck about Ukraine.
Okay.
And zero fucks about Ukraine.
Not to be hyperbolic, do you care about World War III happening?
I don't give a fuck about World War III, none of that shit. If these motherfuckers come kicking in my door, talking about I'm ready to fight, I'm gonna go fucking fight. Right? So us, right? Real men, we know what's up.
Where?
I know what's up. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I do not give a fuck about none of that. Like, pour money into my brethren. I like all my brothers and sisters that I serve with are dying, committing suicide, doing all this crazy shit because you would rather pour money into Israel, Gaza, Ukraine instead of the United States. I don't give a fuck about these other places.
So
Yeah.
your perception of it is that we're shipping off pallets of cash and dropping it off in Kyiv.
We are sending them weapons. We're sending them tanks. We're sending them everything.
Yeah. You know what stuff we're sending them? Stuff that's been sitting on the shelves for 40 years. You know where Stinger missiles come from? Vietnam. The anti-air things.
Yeah.
So we just sent them tons and tons of cluster munitions.
Yeah.
Artillery shells that fire off little bombs. Do you know what's good about that? It costs us more money to dismantle it than it does to ship it over. We're saving money.
So Mike, to your point, I know it's old shit going, right?
And new shit. I mean, we're making artillery shells faster than we've done decades.
The logistics to move it over there. Remember, I'm a logistics guy.
Yeah.
The logistics to get that shit over there.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we wasting money on that?
I mean,
the logistics, the hundreds of millions of dollars of logistics to move it. Why are we wasting that money?
So we've established the majority of these budget appropriations that we see is surplus weapons. So there's monetary, there's money that we're giving to them, like actual cash to keep their economy going. We're spending money on logistics.
Man, fuck their economy. Our economy sucks. Fuck them.
So
look, you like, oh, I didn't sign up for this shit.
No, I'm just putting pins in the corkboard in my brain to keep coming circling back to all of it. So here's the deal. I think.
Yeah.
It is in our best interest to make sure that Ukraine can repel the Russian army and hopefully destroy it there, for two reasons. One,
I don't want that.
What did we and NATO and Western Europe stockpile weapons for the past 60 years for? It was specifically, we made all these guns and bombs and tanks to fight the Russians. But that's why we stockpiled.
I don't give a fuck about the Russians either.
Well, here's the thing. So after that,
I just don't. Like, you can say that this is ignorance. You can say it is what it is. Like, you can say it's ignorant, but motherfucker, I can barely put gas in my car.
I understand, and that's
yeah. So like, I don't give a fuck about none of that bullshit.
That's the domestic problem. So I'm looking at species level priorities.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going to happen is the Russians, after
fuck the Russians and Ukrainians.
Okay, well, the Russians after the fall of the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
After Putin got into power, there was actually a time where we were about to be like close, good friends.
Yeah.
The U.S. and the Russians. We were talking about bringing them into the EU. All kinds of stuff. Well, then 9/11 happened, and we got a little.
Inside, that was an inside job.
Yeah, we got.
But we didn't talk about that.
We got a little hyper focused.
Yeah.
And Russia then went off into its own thing and took the evil path. But in that time, they have fought like 7, 8, 9 different wars, all in the periphery. Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Czechia.
I was in Kazakhstan.
Yeah. So what they do, the Russian country can't support an army big enough to fight on all of its borders. It's too poor. They don't even have a national highway system. They move everything by rail. Their only way that they can defend their country that they are comfortable with is to go to a geologic point between like mountains and an ocean or mountains and a desert and station troops there.
Well, the hard part, like, okay, so look, you know I'm a smart motherfucker, right? So Russia, by geographical standpoint, is the biggest place in the world.
Yeah.
They're bigger than Africa.
Yeah, it's the largest. I don't know.
Because they have Siberia.
I know. They're a big country.
They're big.
I don't think they're bigger than the continent of Africa.
Man, they're big.
They're very big.
They're big.
But.
Okay.
what they've been doing is they take bites out of these other countries until they get to a place where they can station troops and feel comfortable that a Panzer division is not going to run through it.
Yeah.
That's what happened in World War II. That's what happens every time. That's what Napoleon did. What he does is you go through the Polish gap between the Carpathian Mountains and the Baltic, and you just ride on right to Moscow. They don't like that.
Oh yeah, no. That's how they lost in Afghanistan. They thought it was going to be easy.
Well, that and we helped.
See, well, yeah.
The Mujahideen.
Yeah. Mujahideen.
That's where those stingers came.
Yeah. I'm about to say, yeah.
Anyway, so what's the big problem is Ukraine is not their goal.
No.
Ukraine is in the way to where they want to go. Where they want to go is take Poland, Latvia, Lithuania, Moldova, and
why not let them have it?
Because those are all in NATO.
Yeah, why not let them have it? I feel like in the game of Risk, right? We play every day.
We don't have alliances in Risk, and if they punch Poland in the face, Poland's going to call in Article 5, and that means we're all in the game. And the Russians over the past 2 years have shown they can't fight a real war.
No. Well,
And the only thing that's going to happen is they're going to stack bodies against us, and we're going to mow them down. And they're going to reach for the nukes.
It is what it is. I don't give a fuck. But I am telling you that
all you need to do is light off about 10 or 15 strategic nuclear weapons, and that's all she wrote. That's end game for the world. Doesn't matter if it happens on the other side of the planet. That means everybody goes home.
Yeah.
So it's in our self-interest to keep the Russians bottled up in Ukraine.
No, everybody can say support Ukraine. I don't give a fuck about Ukraine, and I should say I'm going to stand on that.
Okay, I'm just saying that is why we're doing it. Now, your priorities are we should be taking care of ourselves at home.
Yes,
I also agree. We can chew gum and walk at the same time.
Yeah, but we're not doing it.
Do you know? So you say for the black community, the 60s was when 70s when shit went downhill.
Yeah.
Look,
at the King, Dr. King got killed. You know why they killed Dr. King?
He stopped talking about
civil rights.
He started talking about
financial literacy in the war.
Yeah.
That's why they killed him. That's why they killed JFK. JFK
wanted to stop the war.
He wanted to stop the war, and they started about giving money to the black community. Had to get rid of him. You know it. I know it.
I don't know it, but I can draw an inference.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so do you know what the highest tax rate used to be in the United States?
No.
For like making $5 million and more?
No.
90%.
Really?
Yeah. You know who got rid of it?
Who?
Ronald Reagan. And since then...
You better not talk to me about no fucking Ronald Reagan.
Since then, the middle class has not seen an effective increase in their buying power in almost 40 years.
Yeah. But you better talk to me about no fucking Ronald Reagan, because he put a lot of my uncles in jail, pussy.
Yes, he did. You know why? When he was the governor of
California.
Yeah,
California.
Do you know why California has such strict gun laws?
Because of him.
Because of him. You know why?
Why?
He supported guns. He was all about guns. So the Black Panthers started walking around LA with guns. I'm telling you, it's true.
It's the truth. Yeah, it's the truth. No, motherfucker, you cannot. Yeah, that's the truth.
Yes, it is.
Oh, man. But look, what?
But Ronald Reagan, so trickle-down economics is his not brainchild, but he's most famous for that.
Yeah.
We tried that in the 20s, and it gave us the Great Depression.
Not
strictly.
Yeah.
But we tried it again, and Trump tried it again, and so
I
tax cuts.
I firmly believe next year Trump is going to get reelected.
There's a legitimate chance, and
it's
very scary.
Yeah. Scary to who though? Scared to who? I mean, we got a half-dead president.
Donald Trump is like 2 years younger.
So? So?
He's not half dead? Donald Trump is 3/4 dead. Biden's 3/4 dead.
Listen, I firmly believe they should stop letting motherfuckers at the 65 run. Like, if we have to retire 63 and up, have to retire, right?
Yeah.
Why the fuck are we letting the motherfuckers in their 70s, in their 80s?
Don't get me started about Dianne Feinstein. I mean, she passed away, so.
In the fucking seat! In the fucking seat!
Well, she held up judicial nominations for 3 or 4 months while she
Who the fuck was making the decisions for her? You're not about to tell me this.
Staff.
You're not about to tell me you were sitting there like this, like, yeah, we should do this, and then you're going down on Monday. Fuck out of here.
Oh no! Don't even get me fucking started.
I'm just saying, man. Yeah.
I grew up. My dad.
Term limits and
term
limits, and these motherfuckers have to go. They got to get the fuck out. These old ass presidents, they got to fucking go.
Well, no, so that's the thing. Like I can go on for an hour for this. The baby boomer generation has been fucking up the social fabric since the day they were fucking born, and it's just been as they age, they just fuck up another section of society. They've been running this country for decades.
They made us gangsters though. If you think about it, they made us gangsters. My parents made me a gangster. Years of military, right? Publishing deals, music, all that stuff. My parents made me who I was. It's a lot of these motherfuckers that should sit the fuck down.
Well, yeah. So that's what I mean. Like, what they are doing right now, is like sitting down in the living room when the whole family's there, saying, "I'm choosing what movie it is. I don't care if I'm leaving in 15 minutes."
Oh yeah. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. That's very, very fucked up.
They're just trying to twist the knife a little further before they all check out.
That's extra fucked up. Damn.
I don't know specifically about term limits. I think
they need to get rid of them motherfuckers, man. Like, look, term limits. Okay, so not get rid of them. They need to hold them. Term limits. I don't feel like Nancy Pelosi is almost 100. Why the fuck is she dictating what I do in my 20s, my 30s, my 40s? Bitch, you're deceased already. So, like, why?
Why are you focusing on Nancy Pelosi?
No, I'm just saying. She old as fuck.
There's like 5 or 6 other people that are way older than her.
Who? Joe Biden.
We have
Joe Biden, old as fuck.
We have 3 senators.
Nancy Pelosi, old as fuck. Feinstein passed away in the chair.
What about Mitch McConnell?
Yeah, Mitch McConnell, old as motherfucking freezer.
Yeah, blue screen. We have 3 sitting senators that are older than chocolate chip cookies.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dianne Feinstein was 2 years older than sliced bread.
Get the fuck out of here.
Look it up.
Get the fuck out of here. For real?
Yeah, she's like 3 years old, 2 or 3 years older than sliced bread.
What?
Yeah, sliced bread wasn't invented until sometime in the 30s. Cookies weren't invented, or chocolate cookies weren't invented until like the 1930s either.
And then I'm not gonna focus on Pelosi, but Pelosi old. Yeah, Pelosi old.
She's 83. Yeah, she's up there. Goddamn.
Yeah, she old. Shit. Yeah, Pelosi old. Shit. Look, chocolate chip cookies.
1930s. Yeah, 1930. 1938. Nancy Pelosi was born in 1940. Okay, so she's 2 years older than chocolate chip cookies.
That's fucking dusty.
But anybody who's 85, they were born the year that chocolate chip cookies were invented.
By
Ruth Wakerfield.
That is fucking dusty. That's fucking dusty. I hate everybody from that era. Because that's dusty.
I hold very little ill will. But, and don't get me wrong, I do not agree with Mitch McConnell's politics or ideology.
Fuck him too.
But that man is good at his fucking job.
He survived it.
He knows what the fuck he's doing. I mean,
yeah.
He needs to retire. But.
Yeah. He survived it. That motherfucker be in there. He'd be like, yeah. Oh yeah.
Somebody coming up with a paperclip and poke it in the back of the ear.
Yeah. I was like, man, what the fuck is going on? I don't know. I hate all these motherfuckers.
Basically, so what I was saying is it's in your mind, everyone's best interest to remain involved in these other countries.
Fuck these other countries.
At the same time,
yeah.
We also need to reform our current government to support ourselves as opposed to funneling more and more money into a couple of billionaires.
Okay, so how do we do
I think
that?
half a dozen billionaires own as much as like.
How do we do that though? Like if I become a billionaire today, what would I do to help change?
Buy Fox News.
Oh,
and turn that motherfucker off.
Man, if I buy Fox News and CNN, ain't gonna be nothing but nigga shit on there.
I don't think we can do any worse.
So why
Murdoch has done more to fuck up American politics than anyone on this planet.
Really?
Yeah, he's Australian, and no one gets pissed off about that.
Well.
Everyone's like, oh, fucking.
CNN is trash too.
Yeah, they've been struggling.
They don't struggle bus. Fuck them.
Who's the God, I can't remember his name. Who's the boogeyman for the Republicans? That dude from Hungary.
I don't know. I don't watch none of that bullshit.
He's some Jewish billionaire who donates to the Democrats, and he's the Republican boogeyman. I just can't remember his fucking name. Soros, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
They get all like, oh, foreign money is in Democratic campaigns. Like, an Australian owns Fox News, and he's turned into a campaign arm of the Republicans. I'm like, oh, that's fine. It's just democracy. The fucking
man, fuck that. Yeah, I don't even, man, listen. When I say I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. And that's the hard part. So even in my life.
I will say though, for somebody that doesn't give a fuck about it, you're very opinionated about it.
I understand what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
I do. I have to.
I feel like somebody that didn't give a fuck would just be like, nah, that's okay.
Nah, fuck that. Nah, fuck that. Like, oh, y'all got this shit going on? Y'all doing this? Y'all going over there? Fuck you and fuck them. I don't give a fuck.
Well, you also think that the fucking BRICS is going to take over the world.
It is.
Explain to me how.
It is.
Explain to me how.
They already have all the major powers behind them.
Okay. But, so, how did BRICS get formed?
By motherfucking China talking that shit.
No.
Get the fuck out of here. Come on, let's get to it. This is the conversation I've been wanting to have. We about to move this 12 pack. This is the conversation I've been wanting to have. We talking about the BRICS, right?
Yeah. So for people watching, BRICS is a acronym for Brazil, Russia, India, China and
Iran, South America, blah blah blah, Dubai, Qatar, Middle East. Do you want me to keep going? Venezuela, all of the major key points.
So first off,
okay,
haven't happened.
Yeah.
BRICS stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa.
Yeah.
Drop the A.
Yeah.
The reason that BRICS became a thing is because some bond analyst literally just was like, hey, these are a couple of big emerging markets. With good bond markets, let's aggregate them together and trade them as a single commodity like we did with the mortgage-backed securities back in the day. It was literally, this was not a... So no governments started this.
Oh,
literally,
man.
It was a stock trader.
We about to get active with this one.
It was a stock trader that was just like, hey, let's just make a fund, paraphrasing heavily, like let's make a financial vehicle based off of the bond markets of these big countries.
So because.
So you think that they're going to establish a currency and it's going to topple the dollar?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then not only that, right? And we're already feeling the effect of it.
Of a non-existent thing?
Inflation.
Inflation has nothing to do with BRICS.
Inflation has everything to do with it. This inflation, we feeling 8% to buy a fucking house, right?
That's not inflation, that's interest rates.
Inflation.
Interest rates were raised to combat inflation.
Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm tired of this shit already. So you're telling me.
But that had nothing to do with BRICS. That had a lot to do with us dumping.
It has everything to do with BRICS because the currency, the currency they're working on is going to take over.
But they don't have anything yet, so it can't really affect anything. But
the potential.
What is the potential affecting?
That motherfucking $4 of gas down the street.
That has the price of gas is affected by speculation in the oil markets. Not so.
So you telling me that $4 of gas down the street ain't got nothing to do with none of this world geopolitics that you talking about?
It has everything to do with that. It has nothing to do with BRICS.
What the fuck are you talking about? That BRICS has everything to do with the world.
Okay, so let's take a step back.
Okay, all right.
Why do you think, like, who's going to control the currency? If BRICS comes together like Voltron, and becomes a thing, which it's currently not. Like they have summits and they go and talk and then they leave.
Yeah.
And they establish a currency. Who's going to back it?
You want to be honest?
Who's going to be in control?
I'm going to be honest with you, right? Everybody say China, everybody say Russia. It's going to be a European controlled thing.
Okay, so your European Union already has a currency. It's the euro.
And I lived in Germany. I know about the euro, but this is something different, man.
So not even Russians want the rubles, which is their currency.
Mm-hmm.
The Chinese want the yuan even less. So the major players.
It says who though? Says who? Are you just hearing this shit on TV? Like says who? Says who, Mike?
So Russia, before the war, knew they were going to go to war. They knew they were going to get hit with sanctions.
Yeah.
What they did is they diversified their war chest into various currencies around the world as foreign reserves. So they could fight off one side being a little stronger than the other. One of the things that they did is they put a couple $100 billion into Chinese yuan.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, if we need to, we'll buy them back, or we'll sell them to you and get our money back.
Mm-hmm.
They did that. War happened. Sanctions. They're fucked. And they go to China and it's like, hey, we need to buy those. We need to buy those back so we can get our money. And then China was like, nah, we don't want it. We don't want that. We don't want those.
Yeah.
So they got screwed out of that. So they didn't even want that. The Chinese, every time that you're not allowed to take money you're not allowed to take money out of the Chinese system.
So I mean, I know you've been sitting here talking about history lessons, right? I mean, history repeats itself. It always does.
It just rhymes.
Yeah, right? But, come on, man. Come on. And you feel like the dollar's going to be powerful? Like,
yes.
I don't know, man.
So the dollar is stronger today than it was when I went to Germany.
Man, get the fuck out of here. It is not. It is not. We looked at the dinar. We looked at the dinar earlier.
And it was stronger.
The dollar is
stronger against the dinar.
Wait, looked at this earlier. It was 19. It was what, 20 cents? 30 cents.
You said it was 19, it was 31.
31 cents.
5 years ago, it was $3.19 to buy one. No, it was $3. No, it was $3.24 to buy one Kuwaiti dinar. Now it is $3.19, meaning it got stronger. You need less.
Our money don't mean nothing. Okay,
let me tell you.
Listen. So we go over there, right now, $1 meal here at McDonald's. I'm gonna break it down to you. $1 meal here at McDonald's, right? 30 cents. 30 cents, right? $1 meal over there, literally. Think about it. $1 meal is $3.90. $3.20 over there.
Yeah, and it was 5 years ago. It was $3.25. Meaning
So,
it got cheaper.
So how is our purchase? Okay, so how is our purchasing power better?
You have to differentiate between currency exchange rates and the buying power at home.
Yeah,
Two different things.
Yeah.
So first off, when I first got to Germany, it was 82 cents, or 82 euro cents to $1. When I left, it was 95.
Okay.
Meaning the dollar has gotten stronger, and it continues to get stronger.
Man, the fucking dollar ain't shit right now.
No.
Not in America.
Yeah, so there's a difference between exchange rates and the purchasing power at home.
Yeah.
The purchasing power at home has gone down because of inflation.
The purchasing power has went down because these fucking politicians ain't shit.
Well, what happened is we dumped trillions of dollars into the economy of just free fiat money, and that drives value down. So what do you do when you have a big overflowing bowl of money and it's not worth anything?
Yeah.
You take it out of the economy with interest. You make it more scarce.
Yeah.
That's why the interest rates are high for now.
Yeah.
Further, I predict that the Fed is going to keep inching it up for a little while longer, because the reason you lower an interest rate, the reason that the interest rates were so low for 20 years, is it stimulates the economy.
Yeah.
What do you do when you hit a recession? You lower interest rates to stimulate the economy and pull yourself out of the recession. If your interest rate's already at zero, you can't go below zero. So you always want to keep your interest rates kind of high. A good Federal Reserve aims for 1 to 2% of inflation a year.
But our economy moves at 6 to 9% inflation every year.
No, that's
bullshit. You better look that shit up. So we moved at 6 to 9% every year since 2005. You better look it up.
What particular crack are you smoking? Are you saying inflation, interest, GDP?
No, inflation.
Inflation has not been the highest inflation we've seen was during the middle of Ukraine war, and was about, it was like 8 or 9%. For
6 to 9% since 05.
No.
Man, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here.
Let's take a quick commercial break.
Yeah. I'm telling you, every year, the economy increased by 6% in the middle. You don't have no part back. Hold on.
Are you talking about the economy growing or the interest rate?
Listen, every year.
GDP growth.
Yes.
That's not interest.
Listen,
or inflation.
It is 6% every year. And in the military, we only get 1, 2, 3% raises. But the economy was growing by 6%, 6 to 9% every year. I know this for a fact.
Okay, so you said one thing, but you're using something else. So inflation is not GDP.
I know that it all equates, Mike.
Not necessarily.
It all equates, Mike.
It's all part of the same machine.
Yeah, it all equates.
But just because you pull the e-brake doesn't mean the trunk's gonna pop. They're all parts of the same car, but they don't all have to do with each other.
Yeah,
they're connected.
Yeah.
One doesn't mean t'other.
Yeah.
You can have strong GDP growth, which is the aggregate of your economy
Uh,
production
yep.
and to not have high inflation
Uh,
or a high interest rate. Interest rate is set by the Federal Reserve
fuck them too.
as a brake or accelerant on the speed of the economy.
Yeah.
The economy is what is a function of our GDP. And so interest slows or speeds up the amount of money going into the economy. Growth.
Man, fuck all that. Hey.
Inflation
Yeah.
is the loss of value of currency.
I just sat here for an hour telling you that we're losing value in our money. And you said, no, bullshit. And I didn't prove it to you.
No, you're talking about, so you were talking about why is our money not as effective in the world, and it's more effective.
Yeah.
You're like, our money's not shit in the US, so it must not be shit elsewhere, where it's the other way around. Our money is stronger elsewhere.
That's a fucking lie.
So
That's a fucking lie.
So the reason that our money is stronger elsewhere is because we have a higher interest rate, which means
Mike, you wanted to show me. Because right now we're going to agree to disagree on that one.
Well, so where are we disagreeing? Because I'm saying the reason that, and so if you had a choice of 5 banks where you were going to put your money,
yeah,
and this one gave you 3%, this one gave you 4%, this one gave you 5%, and this one gave you 8%.
Yeah.
Where are you going to put your money?
In the 8.
Put it in the 8. US with 8% interest. Everyone is buying US currency out of our market, taking it out of the economy, lowering the money supply, and getting a higher yield return, which makes our money more valuable elsewhere because people are fighting each other to get it. It's like the PlayStation when it first came out on Black Friday. Motherfuckers are just punching each other in the side of the head because they want dollars. Because it has a higher interest rate, like a bank account.
Yeah.
Our money, our exchange rate, and our dollar value at home are not the same thing.
Okay. All right. Well, man, look, this has been a great show, man. Educated show. I don't give a fuck what you're saying, though.
I did not come here to change hearts and minds.
Man, listen, man, this shit has been extra dope. Like, extra dope. Like, for real. And then hopefully, like, you know what I'm saying, people pay attention, they listen, and they understand, you know what I mean, the way money works. Because, I mean, you out here.
I can go on for another hour.
Yeah, I know. Shit, me too. Like, this is dumb. This is dumb. You make your match. Look at it.
We'll see.
White boy Mike. Look at white boy Mike. White boy Mike. White boy Mike. White boy Mike.
I think we just went round 1. We'll see who's standing at the end of round 10.
Shh. I'm gonna be sleeping as a motherfucker. Like, I'm tired of this shit. Go to your place, man. Yeah.
Oh, we haven't finished talking about Bretton Woods.
Yeah, man. This was it was different. Good. Like, it was definitely a change of a pace. For sure. Journey for jackass, man. Journey for jackass. Journey for jackass. Sometimes, man, look, we need this shit. Journey for jackass. Journey of a jackass. Journey of a jackass. Let's go.
By the way, the title is Journey of a Jackass.
Journey of a jackass. Let's go. Woo. Y'all, hold on. Let me go ahead and let y'all see my shirt real quick.
So.
Yep. Bye, y'all.